Hello. Okay, we are going to go through some of the changes in the Translate Flow service. I'm going to walk through some of the new flow in order to use the different actions. So create a dictionary, update a dictionary, and create the flow. So I'm just going to start over here, and the one thing I want to point out is there's a new folder, a spec folder, that just is everything having to do with testing. You shouldn't have to worry about this too much. There's some mock work in here that allows us to help us test, and then just this test file. It breaks down all the functions, creates assertions, and that is that. We'll probably be adding more tests, but there's a lot of good foundational tests here. Okay, the other one is the source file. That's just where the business logic lives for all the translation work that's happening. And then we have this outputs folder. So what I decided would be easier is to just, all of the files that get outputted will be put into this folder. And then from there, the user can decide where they want to use them. So in here we have dictionaries, that's one of our outputs, and then we have flows, that's another output. The user will probably never want to actually commit these up to GitHub. So the way that's protected is that we just have this git ignore here. So the folders will exist for anybody who looks at GitHub, but they're always going to be empty. This essentially just ignores all the JSON files in there. So we won't risk ever accidentally committing those up. It's just that the setup will be there so that it'll be a little bit easier to find the output and organize the work. Okay, and then the other thing to talk about is the shell file. Before we were running, let's look at an example. Let's look at create new dictionary. So we were running this file, we were entering a bunch of things into the terminal line, and that was allowing us to get the variables that we needed to actually run our function. But it's a little bit awkward, not the best user experience. So we're going to be using a shell script today, which is essentially just going to be calling this file, which calls this function. But hopefully it'll just be a little bit cleaner as a user when you're entering things in.